Question 15 is a textual evidence question, and it's using literary quotations to match the claim and the answer choices. The claim in this passage is that the poem highlights an ambivalence toward poetry. Now, ambivalence, in case we're unclear, ambivalence means mixed feelings. So this is an idea and concept that comes up really regularly on the SAT, something we should be very comfortable with. But when we talk about mixed feelings, we're saying that there are positive and negative things that coexist. So there's good and bad things. So what the poem is wanting to talk about is good and bad feelings towards poetry in general. So that's what I'm looking for from an answer choice. So let's go through the 4 answer choices. Answer choice A says, nor is it valid to discriminate against business documents and school books. All these phenomena are important. My immediate reaction to this is I thought we were talking about poetry. This answer choice does not talk about poetry at all, so it can't match the claim in my passage. So A should be incorrect. Answer choice B says, we have to make a distinction. One must make a distinction, however, when dragged into prominence by half poets, the result is not poetry. So just to kind of unpack what this sentence is saying, I think we're assuming that when poetry is made famous or popular by half poets, we're guessing where they're meaning people who are not true poets or what the author deems a true poet. The result is not poetry. So they're saying that when half poets write poems that become really famous, the result really shouldn't be considered poetry. That's one way to understand this sentence, but that's all very negative. So that's not ambivalence. I need something positive. So question B makes me go positive question mark. So I'm going to skip that for now. Doesn't seem to be correct. Answer choice C says, when poems become so derivative. Now, derivative here means unoriginal, as to become unintelligible, so those are both negative. The same thing may be said for all of us, that we do not admire, that's a negative sentence or statement, what we cannot understand. So again, all of answer choice C is also very negative. There's nothing positive. So B and C, it's not ambivalence, it's just negative feelings about poetry. Answer choice D says, reading poetry, however, with a perfect contempt for it. Contempt, that's a really strong negative word. One discovers that there is in it, after all, a place for the genuine. There is something genuine about poetry, though. So they're saying if you read poetry, even though you hate it, you can acknowledge that there's something genuine about it. Now, one dead giveaway that we're talking about some sort of ambivalence or some sort of mixed feelings is this, however, because we're saying even though you read poetry with a perfect contempt, there is something genuine. You know that these two are going to be opposing ideas. So D is the correct answer.